Welcome to the Golden Age Report. We're going to do a quick update on what's going on with the Ukraine NATO Alliance countries. Let's first have a look at the U.S. On the Ukraine front, the Biden administration is hinting on a 6-month freeze. This would be to rebuild weapon stocks, and also the Russian winter is coming. On the China front, the Biden administration is getting a bit alarmed as the China rhetoric around its readiness for war is getting more and more aggressive. And at the same time, it was losing its grip on the Middle East. He's got this little problem with the Crown Prince not following his orders. New reports are coming out that the Biden administration is getting a bit paranoid about the United Arab Emirates. They're stating that they were controlling what happens here in the U.S. Ultimately, Biden ended up rushing out to Beijing to bow down to Xi Jinping before it was all too late. Biden thinks things are back under control now. Speaking of control, they demonstrated that in the midterms, as somehow they pulled it off in one house, and now they're waiting to see if they can grab the other one. It's all a bit puzzling. What could be going on there? Meanwhile, Russian Pushwoosh company managed to secretly install their software on 2.3 billion devices, including the U.S. Army and the CDC. Next, let's have a look at what's going on in Ukraine. Zelinsky was able to pull off a media stunt by showing up in Kherson for some flag raising ceremony. Or at least he did it from a bunker via a green screen. Although the U.S. is advising a freeze, Zelinsky plans to push forward and continue to push forward to his glory. Zelinsky can always count on his henchmen to extort weapons, satellites, money, coke. Whatever Zelinsky needs, his team of goons has got his back. They can always put you on this certain list if you don't give them what they need. Just ask Elon Musk. The UN passed another resolution against Russia today. The votes are getting much closer, though, as countries are getting bolder. 73 countries abstained from voting. The support continues to dwindle. Recall that Indian officials have started questioning the whole validity of the UN thing. The resolution calls for Russia to pay as much as $1 trillion. Next, let's check in on Germany. It appears Scholz came back empty-handed after looking to better Germany's economic crisis. Boy, did he look awkward trying to hang out with China's leaders. Apparently, he was trying to get some of his highest polluting companies moved into China. It was funny when Germany was blocking Tesla from completing their plant, citing environmental issues. I guess their leaders are cool with companies like Bayer, though. Yep, that's Monsanto's, the destroyer of life. Then, out of the blue, Scholz gets on the phone to officials from Vietnam, demanding them to pick a side in the war. Guess he needs to report back whether they need to get punished or not. Pretty clever of them to leave everyone in limbo. Next, we've got France and slick Macron. Apparently, he's trying to work out a deal with Putin without any involvement of any other NATO countries. We're good with that here. You can be devious for peace. Yeah, this is a complete reversal of what happened earlier in the war when he totally pissed off Putin. Supposedly, Putin hung up on him and refused to take any more calls from him. Now, finally, we're going to take our first look at Turkey, who's not officially on our top 10 list. Although they are a NATO nation and fairly involved, we're just not certain what side they're on. Erdogan is a devious loose cannon that neither side can fully trust. Erdogan will do anything for power. Erdogan is blaming the recent terror attacks on the U.S., and I can't say I blame him. I mean, he has been going against what the U.S. wants as far as gas and energy. Isn't that what happens? You get punished when you don't follow the right plan? Turkey is ranked 13 on our world power rankings and is right there in the middle of where these wars are. If they end up going all in with Putin, this could really be a game changer, as they are a regional power with their mighty army and navy. So now let's take a look at the map to see how Turkey might factor into this war. So we have the 40,000 Ukrainian troops that are headed from Kherson up into Zaporozhye, and they're going to be trying to make their way down here to the Sea of Azov. So what we have here is that Russia is going to be closing off this Azov Sea to any ships except their own. The other factor here is that Turkey has the greatest naval force in the Black Sea region. This could really come into play if they were to use their ships to attack this region over here that's occupied by Ukraine. Also, Russia could use their ships in the Azov Sea to attack any troops from Ukraine that come in this way. Turkey is in control of the sole passage into the Black Sea, which is right down in here. Apparently they denied Russia earlier in the war, but that could potentially change, and they could allow Russia to sneak some subs or ships into the area. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Turkey is right here. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and pound that like button. There's going to be a lot more coming. We're just getting started.